So without further ado, Dean Larry Lyon.
Thanks, Forrest. It is a pleasure to be here. If you've done your math, this is my 14th consecutive oral boards. And yet, just like you remember your first one probably when you were a student, I remember my first one as a faculty member coming up here and being so impressed by the quality of the students in this program. And that hasn't changed year after year after year. You've continued to hit that high bar, and I think a lot of the faculty here who ensure that, and the preceptors who provide the quality internships for them. Let me make a couple of quick introductions. Denny, stand up just for a second. Most of you know Denny Kramer. He is the senior vice dean in the graduate school. He's in charge of admissions. He's also in charge of marketing and all of the military programs. He is my primary liaison person to the 8 now Army Baylor programs that we have. His degree is in information systems management, computer something, but I don't have to know because Denny does, and that's a good thing. Now my new boss is here today as well. Ed, would you stand up? This is Ed Trevathan. Ed is the new provost at Baylor University. He was the dean of a health sciences college at St. Louis University directly before coming here. He's public health. He is he's a physician, an epidemiologist, has an MD and a Master of Public Health, specializes in neurological pediatric something. Again, I don't have to understand this as long as Ed does. He also, the college that he was dean of at SLU has a healthcare administration program. And if you check the U.S. News and World Report rankings, there are 3 schools tied for number 7. There's the one that should have been higher, and that's Army Baylor. And then there's Johns Hopkins, and there's also St. Louis University. So he had more than a passing interest in this program when he came here. And I told him, well, we do it differently here. It's a good way, but it's a different way of doing things. So briefly, I want to mention importance to you in 2 different ways that you may not know, and if you already know, I want to reinforce it. And one is how important this program at Fort Sam Houston is to those of us in Waco, Texas. This program started in 1951, and we have been doing it right for a long time. And I could not be more proud of the affiliation that Baylor University has with Army Baylor here. You are 100% Baylor. The students are 100% Baylor. The faculty are 100% Baylor. Every faculty member in this program is sent with their vitas and letters of recommendation exactly like every faculty hire in Waco or in Dallas or wherever our other programs are, and pass the same set of criteria and meet and most often exceed those standards. The same way with the graduate students when they hit Denny's desk. They meet or they most often exceed the standards that we have for graduate students. We'll have 9 or 10 Baylor faculty from Waco coming down, or in Dallas coming down tomorrow for the oral boards. They will see that the output from this program meets or exceeds what we expect from graduate students of Baylor in Waco. The only difference is the location, the venue. It's a good program. It's a Baylor program. We do all that we can to try to help. We have some grant money set aside for your faculty. We have access to discounts on purchasing software. We have library facilities that are online. We come up for a football game each year. I used to have about a 15-minute talk explaining to all the students why it was better to get your degree from a strong academic institution than a strong athletic institution. I don't have to say that anymore. That's even better. We get all excited about winning football games, and it's a different world, and I like it. And I like this program. We're proud of it, and we value this relationship. In any way that we can help, we will. Second important thing is how important you are as preceptors. the fire hose analogy, you hear that from every student that comes through this program. You just do. I mean, it's part of the common understanding that the students bring, drinking from a fire hose. And in fact, Ed and I were talking about this on the way down to San Antonio today. So you can even see it in the oral boards. What have they learned? They've learned all that they don't know. If you think about a fire hose, you do get a little bit, but most of it goes past you, right? And mostly, oh my gosh, there's so much, and it's so complex, and there's so much I don't know. And that's not what a good leader needs to be thinking at this point, right? And that's where the preceptor comes in, and the internship comes in. And you heard that again. They asked my opinion, and they acted on it. Or they gave me a job, and it was important, and I did it. And the nature of didactic education, with this expert sitting here and the students, is that you learn, gosh, he knows so much more than I do. She's so smart compared to me. But your role as preceptors is to help them understand how much they did drink from that fire hose and how much they did know. And now, instead of being the askers of questions, they have to be the answers of questions. And that's an important role for any administrator, for any leader to make. And you can do this much better than we can as faculty members. And you do it much better. You could hear that. And I was telling Dave, that's important. That they gave me responsibility, and I delivered, and you can just tell there's a good feeling about that. And so I have some familiarity with two other civilian healthcare administration programs, one here in San Antonio, the Trinity program. My daughter went through that one. Now we've started one in conjunction with the MBA in Waco. The quality programs, they have a good curriculum, yes. They have good faculty, yes. They have good students. But the quality programs have good internships. And that's what's hard. Those are scarce. I mean, you can find the best faculty and develop the best curriculum and recruit some good students, but if you haven't got the place to put them, the program falls short. And this isn't true for all academic programs, but for programs like this, probably the defining characteristic of what is a top-tier, quality, gold-plated standard program is the quality of the internships. Where do they go and what do they experience? And those of you that are preceptors are responsible for, I think, maybe the defining quality characteristic of this program. So I'm very proud of this relationship that Waco has with Army Baylor, and I'm very proud of the role that the preceptors play in this extremely high quality program. Thank you.